What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Tuesday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott and it's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. This morning I want to read through this little article I've got here. It's titled How IBM is Driving the Future of Blockchain. Now we know it's not just IBM. Yeah, we're all screaming Ripple from the rooftops every other day. So we know it's not just IBM, but I just want to read this article because a lot of people understand how much of the current financial system, network, transactions, whatever you want to call it and say, runs through IBM technology and IBM servers, and IBM are absolutely huge. They can't see them going anywhere anytime soon, and they are helping to drive the future of blockchain, whether it's on Hyperledger with some other partnership or directly with challenging Microsoft or Ripple or partnering with Microsoft or Ripple. It is massive. So we'll go right from the beginning. This article goes literally right from the beginning all the way up to current day. Shouldn't take too long to read. So on Halloween 2008, a mysterious paper entitled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, appeared on a cryptography mailing list. Its author, Satoshi Nakamoto, was a pseudonym. I fucking hate some words, mate. And to this day, no one is sure of his or her true identity. Nevertheless, the revolution of the paper unleashed was all too real. Excuse me. So it's a pseudonym. We don't even know whether it's his real name, whether it's an actual person, whether it's a man or a woman, whether it's a group of people. No one actually knows. While the objective of Bitcoin paper was to establish an alternative currency, a concept that had great renaissance in the midst of a global financial crisis, it soon became clear to many that the underlying technology called blockchain could be of even greater utility as a distributed database. It was based on that idea that alternative open source blockchain platforms such as Ethereum and Hyperledger started to appear, and IBM saw an opportunity to use blockchain as an operating system for data. In its early days, it's still in its early days, but the rough outlines are beginning to take shape and the implications are likely to be just as profound as the internet itself. The internet of data changed the world. Make no mistake, the internet of value is going to do the same thing, if not more. Seriously, from point to point to peer to peer. So everybody who's ever run a business knows how difficult it can be to earn trust. Customers need to trust that you can deliver a reliable product or service that supplies needs, to trust that you will pay for them. And for entrepreneurs and startups, especially building that trust can be expensive and time consuming. Over the years, we've built up an elaborate system of intermediaries to establish trust. Banks facilitate transactions in the financial system, much like courts do in the legal system, and the real estate brokers do it in the residential transactions. What IBM saw in blockchain was an opportunity to establish trust without the use of intermediaries and actual improve a transaction environment at the same time. The middlemen are going, baby. Most of the middlemen are going. Not all of them. Some will survive. Some people still want to go to a person. They'll still want a mediator. They won't feel comfortable going peer to peer on certain contracts, agreements, deals, transactions. Interesting times. Interesting times. The internet was really a point-to-point technology. Remember that email was the first killer app. Even when collaborate on social media or something else, you go through a broker. We see blockchain as a technology that makes good on that early promise and usher in a new area of peer-to-peer information. In that sense, it is not just the internet of value, is it? It's going to make the internet of data more decentralized and allow for more peer-to-peer stuff over that. Less middlemen in the internet of data, as well as the emergence of internet of value. Point-to-point tends to work in linear process, which limits visibility. You see the people in front of you and the people behind you, but you don't see much beyond that. Peer-to-peer allows you to actively collaborate with entire ecosystems. We saw that as an enormous opportunity for our customers. Addressing technology gaps. While the potential of blockchain as a distributed peer-to-peer data structure was exciting, there were a number of technology gaps that needed to be addressed before practical applications could be built on top of it. First and foremost, obviously, the blockchain network would need to be private and fully secure, meaning that privacy would be maintained, and even if there was careless or malicious activity. There were also concerns about accountability. The enterprises on the blockchain platform couldn't be anonymous, as they often would in the Bitcoin environment. Also, an enterprise blockchain would need to have high standards of performance, meaning that it would need to be able to process thousands of transactions with little or no latency. To help tackle these challenges, IBM helped, along with other tech giants such as Intel and Cisco, to establish the Hyperledger project that, unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, would be explicitly designed for enterprises, because Hyperledger is of open source and has a broad industry support. It can better serve as an industry standard than it could if it was a proprietary product. And don't forget the Hyperledger Quilt, which taps into ILP, the Interledger Protocol, which is the protocol standard to connect ledgers together. Another advantage of Hyperledger is that instead of using proof of work system for verification, it employs a permissioned blockchain in which each participant is identified and known and therefore accountable to the others in a blockchain network. Essentially, this verifies the members before transactions take place, much like Global Entry or TSA Pre does to spread airline security checks. So moving from potential to practical applications for enterprises. Developing technology is one thing, building a business is another. In speaking with executives at IBM, it became clear, it became clear that they see three key areas of opportunity: financial services, identity, and supply chain. For example, in financial services, it has created the IBM blockchain WorldWire, which facilitates cross-border payments. Typically, a transaction that crosses borders needs to go through a number of intermediaries, which takes time and adds cost. Blockchain technology allows these transactions to take place in near real time and at far lesser cost. It is also working with SecureKey to develop a digital identity system in Canada. The system is designed to allow customers and consumers to develop digital identities that they can control. For example, if you have already verified your identity with, say, a bank, you can then use that verification to help you get a new apartment or create a new account with a utility. But perhaps the greatest opportunity for blockchain technology is in helping to streamline the supply chain. Logistics, baby. In fact, a 2013 study by the World Economic Forum found that reducing back office friction in international trade could increase GDPs by nearly 5%. IBM has two major efforts in this area. It partnered with Merck's to create TradeLens, which aims to digitize global shipping and create food trust that focuses on agricultural products. While all of these efforts mentioned above should be considered nascent and it is unclear whether any of them will ultimately succeed, they do point to where blockchain is going, towards creating a new peer-to-peer data infrastructure that eliminates bottlenecks and increases transparency and trust. The future is almost here, guys. The future. To understand where blockchain is going, it's helpful to look back to the evolution of the internet. At first, it was merely a network that connected reasonable research labs to reduce friction and increase collaboration. Later, it became public, and walled garden services such as CompuServe and America Online connected ordinary people to larger networks of information. Yet the real value was unlocked when the internet started connecting networks together. That's what created the opportunity to build completely new business models such as Amazon, Google, and Facebook. It was the businesses created on top of the infrastructure rather than the infrastructure itself that truly changed the world. Blockchain today is probably in a stage similar to that of the walled gardens of the internet. The types of network that IBM has set up tend to focus on a single function, such as transferring money, validating identity, or streamlining supply chains. That's useful, of course, but far greater value can be unleashed when we are to combine those communities into a single marketplace and network. I think much like where the internet was able to organize separate databases into an interlocking networked marketplace, we see the potential to link separate blockchains together into a greater ecosystem that will lead to new business models. IBM's week says it will allow people that aren't currently able to collaborate effectively to partner and create new value through communities of innovation. When Bitcoin first emerged, many assumed that it would evolve into a new, larger financial system. What's taking shape now is far more important and profound, a new layer to the internet, which will be far more secure and far more flexible and far more transparent than what we have today. Much like the first internet, it will evolve into a platform that will support new business models and possibly entirely new industries for decades to come. Fucking hell. So yeah. I think a lot of people just don't look at it like that. Not comparing an internet of value to an internet of data and what's going to be built on top of that new infrastructure and where it's truly going to take us as a people and as a species, as a planet, communities, the internetworking of distributed ledger technology. No one knows where that's going to go. And half of the market are just when moon. And it's all they cared about is the money and when there's a moon. And it's like, come on, guys. There's more to this than you getting rich. There's more to this than you getting rich. The video yesterday when I was telling people to just start chasing your hustle, chase your side hustle and all that. I've got people in the comments like, oh, but Scott, I'm about to retire. So? Does that mean you're about to die, mate? No. You're about to retire. So what, 60, 65? Could live till 80, mate. It's another 15 years. You're 65. You could live to 90. It's another 25 fucking years, mate. I'm retired soon, though. So? Stop talking like retirement's death. Jesus wept. Just because you're going to retire soon doesn't mean you're going to die soon. You could have a hell of a long life left. You could also have a family that you might want to leave a legacy to. Yeah? I just want to end up in the ground getting ate by maggots, guys. Or burnt and blown away as ash. It's about leaving a legacy. It's about protecting your family. Not just about getting rich. Just can't wait for fucking moon, mate. There's more to it than that. There's a lot more to it. I understand some people have worked 40 odd, 50 odd years and they can't fucking wait to put their feet up for retirement. I understand that. And I understand you want it. And you want it now. And I get it. If I was in my 60s, I might be the same. But I need you to get, you might live to 80, 85, 90, 95. You could see your great grandkids, never mind your you could see your great grandkids, never mind your grandkids at 20s and get married. There's no guarantee you're going to die before you're 70. And you understand the older you get, the weaker you get and the harder it gets to move and that. So do a little bit of yoga, get more positive, tell yourself you're going to live longer. Get that drive in your head, the mentality. Because I'm telling you now, if it moons and you give up, you ain't got fucking long, lad. Or lady. You ain't got long. Once you give up, that's it. You've reached the top of your fucking hill and you are coming down and you are only going to pick up speed on the way down. Seriously. You need a drive. Personally, I wouldn't even fucking retire. Well, that's just me. I ain't retiring. I think I'm fucking retiring. The Queen retired. Warren Buffett retired. And all the richest pensioners in the world retired. Don't think they are. Smart, wealthy people earn till they die. They don't retire. So maybe you might want to rethink that as we head to the future, because seriously, the world's about to change a hell of a lot more than I think some of you realise. It's what DLTCON's all about. DLTCON, each year and each event we do is going to evolve and progress with the industry and space itself. And as everybody learns more and as more's created and we get more adoption, the DLTCON conferences will get bigger, we'll have more information. They'll start running some educational workshops for people who want to learn more. Excuse me. So stay tuned for all that. I'm struggling with visa. I'm struggling with getting a visa, me. So I might have to actually do a webinar for LA. Apologies if I don't make it. Don't bite my head off. I would suck a dick to get to LA. I'm not going to lie. I'm heterosexual, but you know, I want to go LA. Hopefully I get the visa. If I don't, I will still be presenting and I will make sure it's an epic presentation over the webinar. Same as Veets Vind. Guy, as part of his team, sadly can't get visas, so they can't come, so he's live on the webinar. Might be the same for me. There's still going to be a load there. Crypto Era, Brad Kimes. The list is just way too long to even quiz, but like, you've got Crypto Wizard is going over, BitTrue is going over. There's going to be a lot of special guests just mulling about for you all to see and meet. It's going to be a quality day, and promotion will step up soon. We just want to get Christmas and New Year out of the way, let you all spend your money, let you all have holidays, and then we'll start promoting it again. And there's going to be some good giveaways while you're there as well. So yeah, get on it, guys. Get on it. It's Tuesday. Go and smash today's face in. Smile, stay happy, and enjoy it. Yeah. Invest in the internet of value as soon as you can. Diversify, live long, and hodl it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. If you enjoy the content, give it a cheeky little like, share it with your mates, share it with your family. Get them on to this crazy mank. And we'll see if we can educate them on a little bit of DLT. And you all know there's more content coming on other channels and that. So stay tuned. We love crypto, we love XRP, and we love you. Peace.